Well, spring practice is almost here. Very excited to have anytime we can have the head football coach of East Carolina back on the show. We're tickled to death, and with us right now, Coach Mike Houston. How are you, Coach?
Doing good. Staying busy. Plugging along. Doing good.
Wanted to have you back on. I know that I know there's no such thing really as the off season, but as far as not playing games and practices at the moment, but it won't be long. It's hard to believe we've done now with signing day, and now we're into the spring practices getting ready to start, right?
Yeah, I mean it's an exciting time right now. Just with all the momentum coming off of the way we finished last season, and returning as large of a number of players as we have returning for this coming season. Just having this time with the players and in the weight room, in some meetings that we're having, just with the strength and conditioning staff, with the nutrition staff, and just them have an opportunity to put in that work that we needed for development, and getting ready to start spring practice, and just there's just so much excitement around the building right now, and you can sense it every day when you spend time with the players.
Coach, as you mentioned, no spring ball last year, and you guys were installing a new defense, new defense coordinator, new defensive staff, and really probably the youngest defense in college football, if not the youngest. It was one of the youngest. And at times, the Pirates played really well on defense despite all that. Got a lot of players coming back on that side of the ball. How much benefit is it going to be to actually get a spring with this defense, and how much improvement do you expect to see from last year to this coming year with the defense?
Well, I just think that, just some continuity is the biggest thing. I was talking, Xavier Smith and Bruce Bivens, two older players that were here when I got here. This will be the first year that they have had the same position coach that they had the previous year. It's crazy to just really grasp, just kind of the lack of continuity there's been on that side of the football. And so I think that just having a lot of the same coaches, having the coordinator back, the scheme the same, I think the players are just excited that they go into spring practice understanding, what we're doing defensively, and you really can you can see it when they're in meetings and stuff. The recall is just they're having the ability to have deeper understanding of the scheme, and so we're excited to get back out for spring practice. Excited for we have young guys with experience now, and so just able to do some other things and really bring them along development wise. So I think you have an opportunity to see us improve drastically on that side of the football.
Coach, you've referenced your staff a couple of times. Talk about the additions of Tim Dowse and also Chris Foster.
Well, I think, certainly, when you do have some turnover, you want to try to, improve yourself. I think we all try to do that, with our programs. And I think that, Tim brings a plethora of experience at the FBS level. He brings coordinator experience both with special teams and defense. So a lot of knowledge, a lot of experience. He has a high motor, has meshed really well with the staff so far. So I'm excited. I'm excited for our defense and the progression of those young guys at the rush and field end position and our special teams. And Chris Foster I've known for a long time, and he has a tremendous reputation in the college football world, especially in the Southeast. A great recruiter, a real high energy coach. He's going to bring a toughness and a physicality at the running back position. Has really bonded pretty quickly with Keaton and Rajay, both of whom he recruited. So they have a previous relationship, and so just excited for that group and having Chris there to lead them. So I think both of those guys have fit in well with the rest of our staff already.
Chris comes over from a triple option style offense at Georgia Southern. Is that being the running backs coach of the triple option school? Is that more responsibility than a typical running backs coach in a spread type offense, or is it all basically the same, just coaching a different scheme?
Well, it's different. I don't know if it's more, but it's different. Chris has the the experience of being in a similar offense to ours when he was at Gardner-Webb and when he was at Appalachian State. And then obviously, as you referenced, being in more of a gun option scheme down at Georgia Southern. The one thing that really stood out to me is at Georgia Southern with such a run-heavy offense, his running backs had 3 turnovers in the last, I think, 4 seasons, wow, including no fumbles last year. And I think, that's one thing that we need to improve on is our ball security from the running back position this spring. I think that's something that the young guys can improve on a good bit. And I think just, his track record with ball security should be something that will help us immediately.
Coach, we talked about the 2 on-the-field changes, and talk about the departure of J.P. Gunner and just the process of filling that position.
Well, it's, J.P., again, another guy that's been with me at multiple stops along the way, and just, excited for he and Megan and their family and having an opportunity to, to make their home life just a little bit better for their situation right now. So he's still going to be involved with us. He's working for a company that, we do a lot of business with. So, he'll still be around. But we have filled his position. We'll be announcing that in the coming days. We were fortunate enough to have a strong applicant pool and, the ability to bring somebody in that has significant experience at the FBS level and significant experience at the Power 5 level, doing this job. So just be on the lookout for that announcement, probably end of this week, beginning of next week.
Coach, I wanted to ask you as far as when it comes to recruiting and the signing classes, it's the first time we've had you back on since that. I'm an old school guy. I guess I like the February signing day, but anyway, well, that's a whole other show. I know you like it better for December to go ahead and get the recruits out of the way, but
yeah.
How do you feel about the signing class, and did you get the needs and wants that you wanted for this for the program?
Well, I really like the players that we signed. Several of them are already here with us this spring, so I think that it's a small class, which we knew it would be. We only have so many slots available this year, as opposed to last year was a very large class. But we're holding on to 4 slots right now with very specific needs, and really we're holding those for the summer. So I think that with just the landscape of college football, I think you're going to see a lot of movement in the transfer portal this summer. So we're tracking, very closely the junior colleges that are playing this spring, the transfer portal aspect. You could see us take a young guy because a lot of the states, including ours, are playing football this spring, but most likely you're going to see us take older players with those remaining slots.
Coach, are you comfortable with Blake Pearl leaving? Are you comfortable with the wide receiver corps we have coming back, or do we need to address any needs there? Well,
I think that certainly, hated to lose Blake, excited for his future, and excited to see what where his path leads next. I like our returning guys a lot. I like our wide receiver room in general right now. Do I think that we could benefit from maybe adding an older, experienced guy to that room? Yeah, we probably could. And so I think it's just finding the right fit.
Coach, one of the points of emphasis in the 2021 class is, of course, the offensive line, and that remained the case after the early signing day. So just talk about that, and potentially you kind of already alluded to it, didn't mention the O-line specifically, but JUCOs, grad transfers. What are your thoughts about the OL?
Well, I think I like the young guys that we signed on signing day. I think they'll be good players for us in time, but we'd like to add some guys to give us some immediate depth. I like the guys we have coming back on the offensive line. It's good to have the crew back that we have, but we are holding 2 of our slots for older linemen, and so that right now that's what we're doing. We're in communication with several guys that are in the portal. We're in communication with several guys that are getting ready to play a junior college season this spring, and so I think you'll probably see us fill those spots sometime this summer.
Coach, I wanted to ask you, as far as when you took the job December 18, I guess that it's an understatement of the century as far as depth is concerned. The cupboard is bare. You always hear about that term,
right?
Used in sports. How do you feel now from the time you took the job to now? You got to be pleased with the progress that your staffs have taken to get to this point.
Well, I am, and I think the big thing now that everybody can kind of have just a little bit of comfort in is that we have a stable roster now. We have solid depth and experience virtually across the board. And, we've been watching cut-ups all morning with the defensive staff this morning, and you look at all the players we have coming back for multiple years that have experience and have ability. So, the roster's stabilized. We have solid depth. We're going to be highly competitive. We're going to continue to improve every year. But just the program in general is stabilized. Our team GPA, which is a great indicator of stability, is, it was like a 2.5 when I got here. We're over a 3.0 cumulative team GPA now. The stability with the guys, just with their behavior and, just the way they conduct themselves off the field. I'm extremely pleased with the character in our locker room in those regards. And just the spirit and just the culture around the building and in the weight room is just one that's very positive. It's very, team-oriented. It's very, do things right, work hard kind of deal. So I think when you look at where things were that first spring I was here, it was a difficult spring, and it was not a good situation. But, as I sit here today, it's exciting. It's exciting because we have a really great group of talented young players that are excited about football. They're passionate about East Carolina University, and they're excited for the 2021 season. And I don't know that we could ask for much more right now. And so we enjoy every day.
Coach, as we start to wrap this up, I wanted to ask you a question you're probably sick of talking about for the last year. What is protocol coming up right now for spring for COVID testing? Is it the same old? And obviously going into the 2021 season, not just for East Carolina, but for everybody, this is a question that's out of your hands. But we got to get fans back in the stands. I mean, I know somebody's talking to the governor. We can't afford it.
No. That's, we're still testing weekly. We have things are very as under control as it has been with the virus right now. I mean, we do not have an active positive right now. We've got a couple of guys that are quarantined because if you have a runny nose, they're gonna quarantine you until they test you. But so things are in good shape as regards to the virus. The guys understand protocols. It's kind of become second nature of wearing a mask and meeting socially distanced and training a certain way. So the kids are really in a good routine in regards to handling the virus and being able to function at a high level. We anticipate receiving our vaccines at some point this spring. So I think that's the next big step is, vaccinating the vast majority, if not all, the roster and the coaches. That way that we're all safe going into the season. And I think that's the real key to our state, to our fan base, is just, kind of eradicating as much as you can this virus to protect everyone. And I think that's the key to having fans back in the stand. Obviously, you guys, just as I do, you're tracking things. I think the numbers are on the decline in North Carolina. And so, I'm optimistic that, when we open up at home against South Carolina, that we're going to have the opportunity to have 50,000 screaming Pirates in the stands, because certainly, we've missed them and we need them. And our home field advantage is so great here when we have fans in the stands. And so I'm optimistic that we're going to see that this fall.
Let's hope so.
Coach, with spring practice, you talk about the importance of it. Is there an area or two specifically that you're really looking to see improvement in? Obviously, you want to see improvement across the board. That goes without saying. But if you had to identify a weakness or two, what would those be?
Well, I mean, I think that, we've sat here and we've watched every snap from this previous season. I've had in-depth meetings with both coordinators and both staffs, both sides of the ball, and really evaluated all of our players, evaluated the things that we did. We've identified, specific areas on both sides of the football that we want to improve on this spring. Offensively, we want to really clean up some of our ball security stuff, and I thought we had too many turnovers last year. want to do a better job in the passing game in regards to protections. And we want to, really try to improve on third down. So we're looking at some specific things this spring to work those areas. And we've done some things schematically, made some adjustments. So, hopefully you see, improvement on that this fall from the work we'll put in this spring. I think defensively, it's continuing to progress along within the scheme. As you mentioned a while ago, we were playing so many true freshmen last year. Well, they're not true freshmen anymore. So, being able to advance them within the scheme, being able to do a better job of limiting the explosive plays that we surrender. We're working on some things in some of the pass defense to try to schematically maybe play a little bit tighter coverage. And so and as we saw in the Super Bowl last Sunday, any time that you can harass the quarterback, you got a chance to have greater success. And so I think just continuing to improve how we attack quarterbacks in the pocket. Those are probably some of the big things defensively there. And then Tim Dowse, he and I are right now, going through our special teams stuff, and it's one of those things where we've kind of done what we've done for a long time now, and we're looking at ways to tweak that and take advantage of some of the guys that we have returning, and improve there in that third phase as well. So that's kind of some of the things we're going to hit this spring, but it's going to be great to have a spring practice.
And quickly, Coach, we're out of time. Do you have a date on? I know it probably won't be able to have fans, but actually the spring football game, when we have a date on that yet? Yeah,
it is going to be April the 17th. Saturday, April the 17th will be the spring game, and we'll see what that looks like as far as attendance. It'll be dictated by what the governor allows. But, it'll be certainly a day to celebrate.
And maybe we can stream it on ecpirates.com.
Yeah,
that'll be
absolutely.
Cool. And everybody in Pirate Nation right now listening, get your shot. Coach Houston wants everybody in the fall so we can get it rowdy-dowdy back. Coach, thank you so much. Appreciate your time. I know that you carved out time for us this morning. You're very busy, and look forward to having you back on again soon.
Sure thing. Thanks for having me on. You guys take care of yourselves. Go Pirates.